I'm back. It's Auntie Cathy, and I'm back. I'm back for another one. It's your favorite auntie, and you all are my favorites. So I thought I'd come on here today and do something kind of just off the cuff because to save my life, I could not find a subject that I wanted to talk about today that wasn't too serious, but wasn't, silly, and I just couldn't think of anything. So let's just do like the wind and just blow and just go with it. Now, this is what we are in May. Of course, May is spring. And we are coming up on summer, and that means it's getting hot outside. So the first thing I want to tell people, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what color your skin is, use something to protect your melanin. And that's not just people of color. We have all got color. We all have melanin in our skin, if you didn't know that. So we have to protect ourselves from the sun. Not that the sun is not giving us good stuff, but it can also be dangerous. So please, use your sunblocks, use your skincare, which has, some has the sunblock already in the makeup. But yes, please protect your skin this summer. I have a feeling that the sun is going to be sending down some serious rays, and we need to be ready. I was, getting my new space together, and I wanted to kind of get some ideas, some inspiration on how I wanted my apartment to look. So, long story short, my apartment that I have right now is the first apartment I have had in my name on my own since before I was married. That means before I even had a son, So this is a milestone for me. I mean, this means a lot. Me regaining my independence and being able to take care of business and, live my life on my terms and not someone else's. It's huge. So, I was looking for inspirations to find out how I wanted it to look. So do I want it to look like a New York City loft? Or do I want to look like, the garden? Do I want it to look like, an urban up loft? I don't know. I just wanted it to be a place where I can be settled and be happy and be calm. So that's going to be the vibe. Calm, cool, relaxed, a place where I can kind of just be zen. I have two windows in my room and they both face nature. All I hear in the morning are birds singing. I know it sounds silly, but the first thing you hear when you wake up are birds singing. You hear nature, you see nature. That feels really good. It really makes us appreciate, what God created for us. Now, without getting into too much religious, conversation, if you know me, you know that I have been searching for a spiritual home, a spiritual family. And I have had the great, what's the good word? I have been I don't want to say the wrong word. I want you all to understand that I've been privy to a faith that, does not judge, that the only thing that it is talking about, just like any other faith, but being one with God. and learning to love everyone, regardless of their race, regardless of their faith, regardless of who they pray to. The fact that someone created us and put us all down here together. For me, that's saying that he took extra care to create us in so many varied places and so many varied colors and shapes and sounds. And we are in the presence of something great. Now, I don't want to sound dramatic, and I don't want to sound like, I'm getting ready to get on my soapbox and preach, because that's absolutely not what I am looking to do. I was looking for a post on my Facebook page, and the faith group that I have chosen for my faith family is a faith called Bahá'í. Now, Bahá'í is not very popular just yet. A lot of people don't even know about the faith. It's all about oneness. It's all about, one God, one human, regardless of who you pray to. We are all in this together. I wish I could find this. Don't you hate when that happens? When you want to say something, that that's what you wanted to focus your video around, and then your phone cuts off, and now the post is missing. I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable. You know what else makes me uncomfortable? AI. AI makes me uncomfortable because, even if we don't put all our faith in AI, AI has made it so impossible, and it's so frustrating to find out what's real and what's not. So if you're out there and you're challenging that my faith is not a real faith, it is. And as soon as I find this post, I promise you, I'm going to read something to you. And I'm not going to say that it's going to transform your life, but it has certainly transformed my life. Okay, here we go. It's from a group called the Bahá'í Community. I know I'm going to mess up his name, and I apologize, but for Uz Masur, I apologize for messing up your name. I'm trying. In his post, he says, the declaration of the Bab and the meaning of religion. The Baha'i faith teaches oneness of God, the oneness of humanity, and the oneness of religion. I mean, isn't that what we've been striving for all these years? All this division that we have. Your faith is better than mine. My God is better than yours. My God is the same God as yours. All this division. He continues on by saying it presents creative, inspired principles and a plan for the establishment of justice, peace, and prosperity for the entire planet, mirroring this teaching of oneness and interconnectedness. Let me break a little thing down. We were given a book and said, read this. Everything in this book it's the truth according to what was handed down. Now, when Jesus had his disciples, there were messengers delivering his message that he was going to come back. He was going to die. He was going to be resurrected. And he was going to come back to get his people. But hallelujah, I'm working on that too. Any of my Bahá'ís checking this out, help me, help myself pronounce these names right. Thank you. The Bab, acknowledged by Bahá'í, is as a divine messenger of the same rank as the founders of the religions of the world, such as Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and Baha'u'llah. Breaking it down, he's expressing to us that there are multiple people who believe multiple things, but the bottom line is that big assertive word, interconnectedness. I caught myself. Now, I'm sorry, I get excited, I get caught up because it's just so exciting to learn something new and to realize what you're learning really does vibe check with you. I've been looking for years for a spiritual place to call my own. And I think I found my people. So as we begin to vibe and find out where our vibe check is in the world, where we are in the season, what we have planned for the next season, as if you are looking and you are trying to find where you fit, check us out. Check us out. So that was one thing. Now, the other thing is that I am really, my brain is overworking itself. I am trying to create businesses. I am trying to create some way to have generational wealth. I have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, some that I know, some that I don't know. It doesn't matter because they still belong to me. And they are all a part of this world that we live in, so they matter. And I feel like our responsibility as the elders in our families is to create that lane so we set up our kids for, success. So I have been kind of toying around with what I wanted to do. Now, I've never gone to school for therapy, for psychiatry, for social work, or any other mental illness, but I have a direct line to some folks that have some issues, and not to call myself out, but I am one of them. And I wanted to find a way to create some spaces for people who have mental illness. Now, when you say mental illness, it doesn't always mean that somebody is out of their mind, somebody is, doing something violent. It's not that. Sometimes mental illness comes in the way of OCD, anxiety, PTSD, bipolar, whatever it is. There's a name for everything you have a problem with, I'm sure. But I wanted to find a way to create spaces that I identify with and that I felt like I could contribute to. So if everybody knows that I'm all into crafts, I love my crafts, that is my therapy. If it works for me, I know it's going to work for somebody else. So I'm not going to give you everything because, you've got people out there and they will take my information and create their own lane. Just know this, that there's going to be a grouping of therapy options that are a little more creative, trying to bring around that whole therapy is okay. Therapy doesn't make you crazy, it's not to put a stigma on you. It's a place that you can go and know that it's safe and you can talk and you can find out what you need to do for you. And that is what I'm going to create. That's going to be my wealth building opportunity. So, I want you all to pay attention. Pay attention. I have something big coming. I have enrolled in a micro enterprising program. They will help me get started. They will teach me what I need to do because, going into a new business, you have to have someone to guide you through if you've never done it before. Now, going back into my whole different lifetime, I've been able to run businesses. That's not a problem. But this is something totally different. This is a totally different lane. And I am super excited to, share with you and express to you how far along we are. And when it's time to open up, you guys, your auntie is going to lose it because this has been something that I've been working on for years. Now, of course, if you know, you know. Aunt Cathy is a busybody. In between writing books, sewing, making jewelry, creating art, arguing, fussing, and fighting, breathing, eating, sleeping, all that rest of that stuff, I have been working on me. And when I say working on me, it's a whole part of it. When I originally started thinking about this, I was going through media school. And I'm grateful for what I've learned, but I think that it threw me into something else, like in my headspace. I wanted to do something a little more elevated than what I was thinking about, and being able to bring all these creative talents together and put it in a space for others. I think that that's where I've been trying to get forever. And it's therapeutic for me to do this because sometimes I have a hard time wrangling things in and kind of putting it together in a nice package. Sometimes I just throw stuff in a box and flip the flaps over and put some tape on it and push it in the closet. We're not doing that. This is going to be a well-organized, structured opportunity. And I know you guys are going to love it. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for all the great things that are coming for Auntie Cathy, for the Auntie Cathy brand. We're going to start doing some merchandising. Auntie Cathy has been thinking about her favorites. I have too been thinking about you guys. You're not arguing with me, are you? Okay, I thought so. Because, Auntie Cathy tries to look out. That's what I do. But anyway, I digress. There's so much to be grateful for, and I'm so excited that we are in this season. My health is feeling a little bit better now that the season has kind of leveled out and it's a nice temperature. We're outside and, these programs and these plans I have, I'm just in a really good spot, you guys. And I really hope And I pray that you all are in a good space as well. If you ever want to just chat with Auntie Cathy, we can make that happen. Hopefully shortly I will have my link tree up and you can go shop in my stores. And I will say this to all my gray-haired sisters. If you find it hard to find gray hair for weaving, braiding, whatever, in my store I have all kinds of gray colors, all kinds of gray hair. So if it was hard before, look no further. Auntie Cathy's got you. So with that being said, I love you guys. Kindness. With all this germs going around, kindness is the one thing you can share. It's contagious. Once you share kindness with somebody, they're going to share it with somebody else, and they're going to share it with somebody else, and that is what we need. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Love one another and stay remarkable. Till the next video. Peace.